Why do so many of us have dreams that die? And why would God give us personal dreams for our lives? What I want to talk to you about today in Why Dream is this idea that you and I were created in the image of the greatest dreamer ever, God Himself. He's given us a desire, a capacity to dream that, in fact, if we don't, Proverbs tells us we begin to die. Our hearts begin to get sick, and our lives are filled with toxin. When hope is deferred, our lives begin to generate a destructive internal dialogue, internal world. And then we begin to spew it out of our mouth in the form of hopelessness, discouragement, and we get it on the people around us. I mean, when young people get around us and we have become sick with hopelessness around our own dreams, we try to calm them down. We try to get them to, stop being so hopeful. Stop. You know what? You're just going to set yourself up for a fall if you keep hoping like that. And that is evidence that we've allowed something inside of us that was intended to guide us through this destiny that God gave us. We gave up on it. We got hurt, we got discouraged, we got scared, and we moved away from why we're here. We are here to live out a set of dreams that God Himself has deposited in our lives. That same verse says that when dreams are realized, they become a tree of life. They become something that nourish us in our walk through destiny and it gives us bread to offer other people. It gives us nourishment to sustain other people in their discouragement. It's not normal life to just give up on your dreams. Although it becomes normal, it's not healthy. It's something that's stealing. It's something that we're losing. It's something that is the work of the enemy to take our dreams away. So let me ask you, what are your dreams? What is it that you dream about? If you were 10 times more courageous than you are right now, how would your life change? If you weren't afraid of failing, what would you try? See, as you think about those things, you're starting to get in touch with your dreams. See, dreams, they bring your life to the surface. They activate something that's in there. If you're ever around somebody who's full of dreams, if you let your dreams die, they're irritating. They're people, would you get away from me? Would you quit talking like that? You're just discouraging me. I just don't believe a word of what you're saying. You just got your head in the clouds. That is evidence that you've let your dreams die. And it's vital for you and I to understand that God put dreams in your life so that your purpose for being here will be on display. See, you have different dreams than I have. You have, some people dream of dancing, and ballet, and more power to you. But I want to race. I want to race a car. I want to go fast. I don't have any dream at all to be dancing around in front of people in my leotards. I don't. And there's nothing wrong with me for not wanting that dream, and there's nothing wrong with you for wanting that dream. It just makes this clear distinction between who we are. We're so different. Some people just want to run around the world and tell everybody about Jesus, and they just got a dream to be viewed by 1 million people, and all of them come to know Jesus. And other people have a dream to see people love each other and stay married for their entire life and have families that do the same. And different dreams for different people doesn't make one evil, doesn't make one great. It just makes them different. And that's what I want you to realize, is that your dreams, your unique individual dreams, are yours, put there by God, so that we can all see why you're here. Look at how much you love that. Look how much passion you have for that. Look how much energy you would be willing to pour into becoming great at that. That is evidence that you were put on this planet for that reason. A lot of people, they treat God like he's got better things to do than father them. How many of you have children? When you think about Christmas for your children, there's a desire that comes forth that you want to bless your kids. But we approach God like he's some sort of out-of-touch person who doesn't want to give us things. Imagine if you went to one of your children and you said to them, honey, we had a great year this year. You can have whatever you want. The sky's the limit. I just so want you to have what you want. And your child's response to you was, oh, Father, not my will be done, but your will be done. You would think, oh my gosh, what? No, you don't understand. No, I want you to have whatever you want. Please tell me what you want. What do you want? Father, lead me not in temptation, but deliver me from the evil. Honey, what happened to you? Have you been going to church? Where did you learn to see me like that? See, this is what happens to us, is that we begin to see God as someone who's trying to withhold that very desire that we have inside of us to become who he created us to be. It's a set of lies that we learn from, just not good teaching, not accurately perceiving the Lord, not understanding the power of dreams at work in us. And so I want my child to understand, and the Father wants us to understand, that his heart really is to provide us with the desires that put on display why we're here. Now, we know how to give good gifts to our children. We are going to find out what our kids want, and we're going to each one individually. We're not giving all of them the same thing. We're giving each individually what it is we know is the desire of their heart. We who are evil know how to give good things. How much better at is he than we are? See, this is something that we have to embrace. We have to get into our heart and settle that he understands those dreams that you have. He put them there. The success of those coming forth and being nurtured are the success of you actually living the destiny you were created to live. So what are your dreams? What do you dream about? What makes you come alive? What is it that you've held in there since you were a child? I remember in 2003, one time I turned a certain age, my early 40s, and I all of a sudden I started thinking about, well, this is going to be over someday. I'm going to come to an end here on the earth, and I'm going to pass on. I don't know what to do. And I heard in that instant, I heard the Lord say, Danny, I want you to write down 100 dreams. I said, 100 dreams? So that's a lot, But you know what? I'm a dreamer. I know how to do this. So I sat down and I got out my pen and paper, and I wrote down 3 things. And then I thought and I prayed and I thought and I wrote something down. I thought and I prayed and I prayed and I thought and I thought and I prayed, and I kind of went for a while, and I took a walk and I came back and I wrote something down and I prayed and I thought and I thought and I prayed and I prayed and I thought and I thought and this went on for like an hour, and I got 10. I got 90 to go. All of a sudden I realized, wow, I really don't carry around a whole lot of dreams in my heart and my head. And it's almost like when I get a new one and I put it in, one falls out because I can only hold so many. And so I began to just write. And months later, I had 100. Well, now I have hundreds of dreams. And I'm checking them off. I'm checking these things off. And every time I check off a dream, it's like I feel the Lord say, I love you. It's like I had to write it down to remember that he's watching out. He's paying attention to these things that are inside of me that make me feel alive when I do them.